get that many people to a table on a Monday morning or whatever it was is pretty powerful.
I wish we had the kind of collaboration for every case like we have on this family.
Boulder County Human Services and the other players, I think, can feel a lot of pride in how well we've developed an ability to collaborate about things.
It really was coordinated case management in its perfect kind of scenario.
I really would love to see this more of an ongoing for all the families that we're involved with.
It's one of the first meetings that we have had where we've really followed that model and had such a large group of people contributing.
The family that is together currently is mom and her 2 kids, an 11-year-old son and a 4-year-old little girl, and she actually just gave birth to another baby girl last week. And they live here in Longmont. Mom was struggling with some pretty serious substance abuse, addiction issues, and it resulted in the removal and placement of her children with her father. At the time, she was in safe shelter and using the services there for domestic violence concerns and worries and impacts. And so doing what she could to provide safety for her children in many ways, but the addiction piece definitely was what was not in place and she didn't have a good handle on. But there was one day, and I think it was on a Friday, where she came in and she was pretty beat up from being assaulted. And her life skills worker, Louise Smith, rallied for her while she was here for a visit with her kids in a 2-hour period to really advocate for her and Kelly as well, to get some housing that night, to get her off the street, to protect her because there was a lot of worries. And at the time, the shelters wouldn't take her. Because she didn't have her children, and they still had worries about what happened when the children were placed in February. I remember that day well, and talking with Wade and trying to figure out how we could pay for this hotel when nobody was around because it was Friday. And it was such a good day to see how that changed things for her.
I'm actually kind of a dual role. So I'm on the early intervention team, but I also specialize in short-term housing. So I get a lot of early intervention cases. This family was not an early intervention case because they already had an ongoing worker. So the EIT team really does prevention and intervention of child welfare. My role happens to be kind of specific in that I focus on short-term housing for families. And so this family came to my caseload as one of my short-term housing families that I would work with weekly to help be successful in their housing.
That's what struck me in that group supervision was, wait a second, I feel like the team's a little bit stuck with how to resource her and how to get her. At that point, I think her food stamps were still being accessed by the kin in, I think it was Weld County, the other county, so she wasn't able to get food benefits. It was going to take time to get that transferred over. She had applied for SSI but wasn't receiving that. She did not apply. She was denied for A&D. So really pretty sketchy situation with kids just returned.
when we were presented with the opportunity to come together, it was actually a really great opportunity to be involved in, to be able to see the other side, everybody that has been working with the family, and to really better understand the family's struggles, and also the successes that she was making. And at the end of it, the caseworker, her body language was different, and had even stated that she felt better, and really being given the opportunity to understand why the extension was denied in the beginning, and then to also understand that we really do want the client to reapply just at a time when the time is right for the client.
It provided just that being able to sit together, talk about what the issues were, how the program would be an assistance to this family, and how to provide this help to the family, and also just getting to know each other a little bit more, those programs that we may not know, things that we could have missed that we didn't think about before that would mean a world to this family.
It worked really well in this case, I have to say, because in some sense, as agonizing as this case was initially, it was somewhat easy procedurally because, it was a matter of providing the right services and the mother engaging. And when that happened, we were all on board with moving forward with getting the kids home.
Wow, I think we really did a great job of stepping out of the box on this one and really collaborating together on what is going to be best for these kids and for the mom to be able to be successful. I just am amazed about how life skills workers, caseworkers, case managers, and even people much higher up kind of got together and really were creative in how our approach was with this family, and it was really awesome to be a part of and see, I think.
I'm in meetings all day, every day, staffing cases all the time. They're all meaningful to me, but when we have the opportunity to look at ourselves and to say, I don't really know how to do this, sort of that self-reflection, and I think that's what all of our practice has been for the last 5 years across the whole agency. But personally, and for my division, to say, gosh, this family needs more than I can do, and I want to be able to ask other people for help in looking at that, or to think that there's a perspective of the family that I can't see on my own. That's really important.